Hello everyone, and today we will see some of the Playwright capabilities or some of the options which you have in Playwright related to different things like how you can do serial execution, how you can do execution in two different browser at parallel, how you can put wait in between two steps, and how you can use um, UI mode. That also we will see how you can use trace weaver. There is trace weaver thing also. A lot of things. Let's do it one by one through examples only, right? So for that, I will suggest that create a folder, create a new folder somewhere in your folder structure in your machine, right? So create a folder, create a folder anywhere in your system. Just create a folder, okay? And then open that folder in Playwright. So you can simply say file, open folder, and then select that folder. So for example, I have created this learn playwright folder. So I'm selecting that folder. That's it. Till this point, complete it. And what you can do now is you can start your terminal from here. Let's say, yes. So I'm here in my terminal, and you can install Playwright here again. So you should go to playwright.dev, and the installation is simple. You guys know it already, right? But let's go to playwright.dev official website, docs, and this line. Let's copy this and run this command, kind of revision for you guys when you install it. So when you will run this command, it will ask you certain thing whether you want to work with TypeScript or JavaScript. So don't change anything. Just if it are asking TypeScript, just hit enter there. Don't change it. If anything like gate and all, whatever default thing is there, just hit enter. Don't do anything, true, false, nothing like that. So once you are done with that, it will, show you a folder structure, correct? Where you will have node modules, and you will have one test folder also, correct? Not all these things, but you will be able to see test folder. You will be able to see package.json also, correct? Do it right now. Do it right now. And you will be able to see playwright config.ts also, correct? So do these things right now. And once it is done, let me know quickly. So now let's understand the role of package.json here. The thing is, when you install Playwright in your system, it will show you these things related to scripts, keywords, author, license, description. These are very basic details related to your project. Script is important part. Here, whatever you will put, it will consider the things for your um, command line execution. Okay, that I'll showcase in some time. But understand that script part is important. It is all related to what you want to execute in your system. Okay, so we'll see it. It is the important part. Now we will install some more things related to um, TypeScript part. So I'm giving you some command, execute those one by one. What you can do now is um, you can you don't have to execute like exactly with this, right? This is the command. Basic command is this. But don't execute as of now. I'm telling you what to do one by one and then do it. Okay. So putting these things in chat window for a reference only. Now what you have to do is uh, just to check things are working fine or not. Just to check things are working fine or not. Just run this command. npx playwright test. So this command, npx playwright test, only this command executed in the terminal. I am also executing it. npx playwright test. What it will do? It will execute all the test case which is inside the test directory. Fine. It will execute all the test case which is inside tests directory. So I am running it, npx playwright test. And for you, it may be different, like running 6 test cases, 6 worker, 4 worker, something like that. Don't worry about it as of now. And once you do that, you will be able to see, okay, this execution is done. And if you will run npx playwright show report, it will show you the report. Fine. Very basic steps. You may be able to see you have Chromium, Firefox, WebKit. There are more results for you. It will show. Done till this point?
Yes.
Great. For me, it is showing only Chromium. The reason is I have disabled running on other um, browsers, right? So in your playwright.config.ts file, you have configurations related to running on different browsers. So this project is related to actually running on the browser. I have commented Firefox and WebKit. That's why it is not executing in these browsers. I have kept only Chromium. You can also do it if you want to. It's like this. Fine. Okay. Now we will add TypeScript and we will add TS config also in your system so that we will work properly on TypeScript only. It's like this. So in future, let's say a new version of Playwright will come, right? So what you should do, that I'm showing right now. You should delete this line in your package.json. If you are able to see this line, delete it. Okay? Or any dev dependency. Only let's keep this only if you are able to see the node one. Otherwise, delete all other things under dev dependency. Delete it. Don't worry about what will happen. Just delete it. And then run these things one by one. The very first one is npm install playwright --save -dev. These will install the browser engine. This will install browser engine. It is not to install the Playwright as a library. This is to install the browser engine, which will go to your, probably if you are working with Windows, it will go to your C drive, users, username, then app data, which is a hidden directory. Then there will be ms playwright folder. In that there will be a lot of browser engines like WebKit, Chromium, Firefox, those things. So it installs those things actually, or update those things. Now once it is done, then run this command, npm install playwright slash test hyphen hyphen save dev. What is this hyphen hyphen two times save dev? This will be basically related to adding the dependency as a dev dependency here. So if you see here, this is dev dependencies which we are adding for our local project. It's like this for our own. It's not like it is installing globally. It is installed for your project only. It's like this. Same as in Selenium, you have POM file, right? There you add lot of dependencies, something similar. These will install the node modules related to the Playwright. Very important thing. So because of this, we will be able to write our test cases related to our assertions, all those things. Once this will be done, you will observe that one by one things are coming. So these things will come, this thing will come. It's like this, and you will be able to see in your package.json the changes related to what we are adding one by one. Then you should run this one, npm install typescript hyphen hyphen save dev. These will install the TypeScript related libraries in your system. Once you will install it, it will show you TypeScript version. TypeScript is programming language support. So you are adding the programming language, compiler into your system. It's like this. Then run this npx tsc init. This is for TypeScript project configuration. So because we are creating our framework, let's say as a TypeScript, Playwright TypeScript, so we may need TS config also. Not big thing, like we don't change anything here. We do a simple change related to this target part only. So once you are done with this step, npx tsc init also, let me know quickly. Just just one change we have to do is you will be able to see tsconfig.json. Okay. Here there is a target option, right? Which may be something else. You may be able to some other value, change it to ES6, capital ES6, which I am showing here. Why we are doing it? Because JavaScript language standards are there, right? So we are using ES6. We will be using ES6 standard. It's like this. Okay. So you have to change just this thing. Rest of the things you don't have to change anything. There is a module is equals to common JS, a lot of things. So whatever related to the TypeScript part, if you want to configure, this is the file where we have to do. But we don't have to do anything for our automation project. Just one thing we wanted to do, which is related to this, making the target as ES6. Now, coming to the real part that you can delete the test folder if you want. You can keep it, or if you want to delete it, this test example and test, it's fine. Let's keep it as of now because sometimes it is good to get a reference. Okay, how how we write the assertion, some examples. So Playwright has given their own examples related to, there is a one application called to do MVC project they have, where there is a to-do list to perform. So this is helpful in understanding how it works, right? But let's create a new folder, my UI test. I have created a new folder where you have to create in your project structure. Click here, there are icons, new file, new folder, create a new folder, my UI underscore test. Because we just want to do some practice today. That's why I have created a folder, my UI test. And one by one, let's execute. Let's create some new files. to do the practice today. The very first thing which I want to show you today is grouping demo. You may have a question that, hey, let's say there are a lot of test cases, right? I have 4 smoke test cases, 10 regression test cases, and for my releases, I want to run as of now for my smoke testing. I want to do smoke check only. Correct. So this is also automated. This is also automated, but you want to run only smoke check as of now, right? Or maybe later on in your stage environment, you want to run all regression test cases. Correct. It's possible. So somewhere you have to group the test cases or identify the test case as a particular kind of test script. So what you can do is, see, you guys are able to see my screen. Create a file. Let's say just I have created this grouping demo.ts, something like this. But you should write it, right? That's how we are working as a workshop kind of session here. Don't copy paste this thing. I'm not giving the code. You guys should write this code, right? And complete it and ask me the question. Once you are done, first write all these things one by one in your system and tell me after that what is your question. We will execute it. How to execute that I will tell you. But my concern is more of, are you able to understand what you are doing and why it is? Are you able to relate it, what it is doing? Anything, whatever you want to ask. As a test engineer or a test professional in automation, you should have good practice on writing the code on your own, right? Though there are helps available, right? But when you write it, you get the basic concepts why we are doing it, right? There are a lot of things will come automatically when you write import and bracket. It will show you a lot of options, whether you want to add, test, expect, lot of things. When you write from, and then once you write single quote, and then you start writing at the rate, it will show you a lot of options, right, related to this. Then what is this? Every line we should know. First line is we are importing the test library, let's say, from the Playwright itself. It's like this, so that we can write our test cases. It's like this, very simple. Most of the JavaScript, test methods, how it works is it requires two parameters. One is your test case name, fine. Second is one anonymous function, right? Which you are writing here, and then you put an arrow function and you start writing your test code. You start writing this is your proper test code from this curly bracket to this curly bracket is your test code, the real script which you execute. What we are seeing today here is this part. So there is one more parameter which you can add, which is tag. Okay. So you can say, I want to tag this test case as a smoke test case. So the pattern is you put it inside the curly bracket, tag colon @smoke. So this is tagging this test case as some kind of, you can give any name, A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, anything. I am giving the real life example, real project example that, okay, this test case may be a smoke test case. It's like this. And here the whole code will come. What is this async page, this part? Because you want to start with the page, from a particular browser's page context, let's say. That's why you're putting as a parameter here, which will eventually automatically pick up from here. It's like this. When you write page dot something, page dot go to, page dot all those things. I'm not writing that code as of now, just to make you understand that how to tag the test cases. Second test case, same thing here. You are, um, so there is one more thing. You can make group of test cases also. So for example, inside the test.describe, you can have multiple test cases. That is also possible. Okay. It's up to you how you write the code. So what I'm saying is you can say test.describe and you can say, hey, this is my prod test cases. Prod test cases. This is, I'm just giving a name, right? And you may have again, if you want to put page, it's fine. But if it is not required at the describe level, let's say. So what you can do, just say, okay, this is my function, and inside that you can create multiple test cases. So again, repeating the same thing like creating the test case. So here you will say test case one or prod test one, let's say, and then how you write your test cases for Playwright is you put the async part here, and then in the bracket you pass page, and then again this is your test case. So every test case will be like this. This is one test case, then this is another test case, prod test 2. So this is one way of grouping. One way of grouping, right? One way of grouping is this, that okay, you want to group all this test case as a prod test case. So when you want to execute this particular file, you will, when you execute it, only these things will be executed, right? Based on how you are grouping it. But generally, let's avoid this thing. Let's avoid this thing. And here I have just put as like example, but yeah, main thing is this. This is your test case. Let's say this particular test case is regression test case. This particular test case is regression test case. And third test case is smoke and regression both. So you can do multiple tagging also. You can say tag colon create an array, and in the array you can provide @smoke, comma @regression, comma if you want to put it tag as sanity testing or prod testing, whatever you want to do. So things clear? Just three test cases we have here. Now how to execute it? Let's say if I want to execute only smoke test case, I don't want to execute regression. So what are the test cases which we have in smoke? This one is smoke test case one is the smoke test. This is smoke and regression both, right? So when I will execute, so this is the command to execute. We will say one more change you should do. Go to your config file, playwright config.ts, and change your test directory to dot slash my, okay, let me copy it. Okay, it's my, for me, it's this is spelling. You may have different. Change your test directory so that you know it will execute the test cases only from this folder. It will not execute the test case from test and test example folder. It will execute the test case from this folder only, my UI test, which we have created. Now, if I want to execute, what I will do, I will run the command. Let me save it first. Let's go here and this one. So you will be saying npx playwright test grep smoke. Only smoke I want to execute, correct? So I'll say npx playwright test hyphen grep @smoke. Okay, npx, enter. So this is saying running two test cases, and it has executed. If you see here, it has executed this smoke test and this regression test. Means this is also a smoke test, right? So it has executed that also. But it has not executed this test case. This one, sorry, this one, where it was tagged as regression. It has not executed this. Let's create one more regression case separately. So let's copy this and not here. I can put it here also. So test regression 3. Let me put only regression. So I will delete these things. This test case is a purely regression case. And this is regression test case number 3. Fine. And let's execute only regression cases. CLS, and instead of smoke, this time I will say run only regression. Yeah, it is executing 3 test cases this time. See here, regression test case 1, regression test case 2, regression test case 3. Fine. So this is how you can tag your test cases anywhere. It's not just in a single class. You tag it within your different test files. You tag the test cases, smoke or regression, and then you, while executing it, you have to keep it like with this. You have to say npx playwright test hyphen grep @ smoke. Let's say for smoke.